Of all the places you choose to cry, why does it have to be in the hydrogen where you're gonna get eye irritation? Are you trying to trap yourself? Don't do that. There we go. Hey guys, Comet here. Welcome to episode 3 in my... Wait, what is all that? I think I may have made a mistake. I wasn't expecting such an overwhelming response. There's just not enough dupes to name everyone after. So I think moving forward, I will have to make the naming process more exclusive. So I've launched a Patreon page to give an opportunity to those who want to support and or have a duplicate named after them. And I'll leave a link to that in the description for those that are interested. But I will honor what I said I was going to do in the last episode. So Trivaldo here is going to be renamed to Dr. Silent. I mean, I gotta go with Dr. Silent, right? It's just too perfect. Seeing as how Trivaldo is my doctor here, who I got in the last episode to help make some curative tablets in the apothecary. That way my duplicants don't have to suffer from food poisoning anymore. So in this episode, what I want to get done, I've noticed that these aren't set to auto-harvest, so I'm going to quickly enable that on all of these wild arbor trees here, because I'm noticing my lumber supplies are actually dipping, and the ratio of wild arbor trees to wood burners is about 1 to 9. And if I have 2 wood burners, it means I'm going to need 18 arbor trees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So almost close to perfect. And these aren't running all the time, so I think I can make do with the trees I have. Then the next thing I want to do, I actually want to put some better containment on the polluted water here, rather than just having it run across the ground for now. I want to actually pipe it over, and then plug into this line here, which will take it to the water sieve. And power is no big problem here. Someone is stress vomiting. You. Let's move you here. Then when it comes to research, I actually want to start on a decontamination here. That way I can get the deodorizer and the carbon skimmer, because these wood burners are actually overproducing carbon dioxide. So these oxyferns are converting enough of it over to oxygen. The only problem is that I'm producing a surplus of carbon dioxide. So I need a way to balance that out, and I'm thinking of putting a carbon skimmer right about here. That way carbon dioxide can float up to the oxyferns, but if it starts getting too high, then the carbon skimmer can remove it. And I really want to get rid of this layer of polluted water here, because my duplicants keep getting soggy feet, and when I look at the pressure down here, it's actually enough to cause popped eardrums. So between the two, soggy feet and popped eardrums, my duplicants are really stressing out again. Okay, there is decontamination. So I'm gonna want a carbon skimmer right about here. And I'm gonna want a deodorizer over by this polluted water here. So I don't want regular tiling here. I think I want to convert all of this over to mesh tiling, even these airflow tiles down here. That way there's better airflow. And I'm actually going to remove this whole section here. So the input line should be pretty simple, but the output line... So I'm going to need 2 bridges here, actually, because I want the output of the carbon skimmer to have priority over the new water from the geyser. That way this doesn't get backed up. So the carbon skimmer is in place now, getting rid of all of this excess carbon dioxide. That should alleviate some of the popped eardrums my duplicants are suffering from. And then I think once I get this whole area down here settled, I really need to expand the installation here to protect the farm. The heat is starting to become a problem here. This carbon skimmer is actually causing an imbalance in my power supply. The massage tables keep losing power very briefly. I don't have enough power production. So I'm actually going to put in a third wood burner. Now I know I don't have enough wild arbor trees to supply this, so I'm thinking maybe once I do completely run out of wood, I'll have to switch over to domesticated arbor trees. But that's still a little ways away, I hope. So what I was afraid of happening is happening. I don't have enough trees to keep these fed with lumber, so I am getting brownouts every once in a while. And that's causing problems back up here with the massage tables. My duplicants are wasting a lot of time getting on and off. That's okay. That just means I have to put in some domesticated arbor trees here. So I'm gonna leave 2 tiles in between each farm tile. And I can use the polluted water from this line here to feed all of these trees. And the growth cycle on a domesticated arbor tree is 5 times 300 kilograms of lumber every 4 cycles, which works out to 0.625 kilograms per second, and a wood burner requires 1.2 kilograms per second. So it's just over 2 arbor trees per wood burner, and if I've got 3 wood burners, I'm gonna need just over 6 arbor trees. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 more as extra. Because they're never going to be running at 100% capacity all the time. And with all of the plants that I now have to maintain, I may actually want to get a second farmer, which means I'll need to make some space for 10 more mealwood plants. So down right here, I think is a good spot. So that's 10 tiles right there, and it's nice and cool for the mealwood. So I'll be looking to take on another dupe here in 2.7 cycles. Now that I don't have any power, they're literally all throwing up. Because they can't use the massage tables when there's no power. Oh, this is really not good. Grizzly is so far behind on these plants up here. I really need to get a second farmer. 0.9 of a cycle, okay. Ah, frickin' Pip. New printable. Not a single farmer. I can't do it. I gotta wait. I'll take the Shine Nymph. So in another 3 cycles, I'll check again. Idle? Well, I haven't seen that in forever. Who's idle? Why are you idle? Let's get you doing something. Maybe we extend the ladder here. There's a lot of lumber here I could use. Oh yeah, that's right though. Hydrogen causes a skin irritation, or is it eye irritation? Ah, forget it. Of all the places you choose to cry, why does it have to be in the hydrogen where you're gonna get eye irritation? Are you trying to trap yourself? Don't do that. Here we go. Okay. I think I am approaching sustainability. Except for... I'm blowing up the wire now. Damn it. But aside from that, I have oxygen. I've got these trees to keep my power going. I've got enough food, but I don't have enough farmers for the food. So I'm still waiting about another cycle to check for another farmer. Do I want to start going into some better wiring? See, I'd have to research that. Yeah, low resistance conductors here. Okay, I'll get that. That means I'm going to need to make quite a bit of refined aluminum here. Let me quickly calculate this out. So we've got 18 plus 40 I'll just do 100. Or, I guess, it doesn't accept 3 digits. We'll do 99. That should be enough aluminum. Yes! Please, farmer. Farming and supplying. I'll take it. And you're also a vomiter. Perfect. So I will take auto here. Make some space. And then make a schedule. And for priorities, you will be farming. Okay. Next step, I really need to solve this problem. So I'm going to extend the insulation up to, I think, this height here. Come over this way. And then up to maybe about this height here. And then over, and then up again to this height here. And then I guess I'll go up here. And I'll cap everything here at this height. And there we go. So that's all the insulation I want to put around the perimeter. Now the hard part is going to be getting a dupe there to build it. I guess I'll just put in a ladder. And Eros just finished something... Oh, right. I was doing low resistance conductors. I think next, maybe... I don't know. Liquid tuning? No, I don't really need that. Maybe I go into smelting here. Because I could actually use this cold, polluted water as coolant in the metal refinery. That way I don't lose half of the mass when converting aluminum ore into refined aluminum using the rock crusher. Oh no, Otto doesn't have a table to eat at. Okay, let's fix that. Let's move the refrigerator all the way over to here. And I'll make some more room and anticipate a couple more dupes. Well, so far this is actually working. I am impressed. All of these arbor trees are growing nicely. I've got my army of oxyferns down here producing all the oxygen. And I've actually thrown in a second carbon skimmer just to help clear out the rest of this in this upper level here. Bari seems to be spending a lot of time getting a massage and not actually working. There's still a whole perimeter to put in. But getting that second farmer on auto here is really helping. I'm actually starting to stockpile some food. I'm still getting some circuit damage, because I don't have anyone to operate the rock crusher. So I think I will take on another dupe again. They need to be skilled in machinery, though. And you know what? Now that I am starting to get a little bit of a surplus of food, storage is becoming a problem. So I need a better way of preserving the meal lice, so I'm actually going to put in a grill. Yes, another reason to blow up the wire. That way I can get Dr. Silent. So I do believe... yeah, he has grilling. And I'll start converting some of this meal lice into pickled meal. That way it stays fresher longer. And I can maybe cook up some of the pacu fillets I'm getting from down here into barbecue. Because, believe it or not, I don't need him to be making any more curative tablets. I think once I swapped the whole plumbing system here to use the clean water from down here... okay, there's a little bit of germs in here, but not as bad as it used to be. They are getting sick less often. So that means I do need to change what Dr. Silent's priorities are. So instead of tidying, supplying, and storing, the secondary will be cooking. New printable? Let's see, anyone good with... no. Okay, I'll take the sand then. I'm looking for an operator for the rock crusher. Pressure down here is slowly dropping. It's below 4,000 now, so their eardrums will stop popping when they come down here, thanks to these carbon skimmers. So that is helping with stress, because my main power drain is actually the massage tables here. And it was actually creating a positive feedback loop, because the more stressed my duplicants were, the more time they'd have to spend on the massage tables, which meant the more power I needed to make, which meant the more carbon dioxide I'd make. So they'd keep popping their eardrums and then going up, receiving massage, which just is causing the eardrum popping. But things are starting to stabilize. This is actually a very convenient loop. The CO2 from the wood burners can be used to make polluted water to feed the trees that feed the wood burners. Well, maybe I don't actually need an operator if I've got arrows here. I don't have them currently researching anything. Well, that means I can actually start converting some of this wiring over to the better stuff. Ooh, I should actually start assigning some hats. And that way I can tell from a glance what all of my duplicants are supposed to be doing. There we go. Now they all have hats. This gives me an idea. The massage tables will be more effective if they're in a massage clinic. So the criteria for a massage clinic, it needs a massage table, no industrial machinery, a decor item, and it needs to have the right size. So I can't actually build any decor yet. No. Well, I guess I've got a flower pot. Let me get some better decor going. Let me go all the way to Renaissance art. That way I can get a legitimate massage clinic going. So the massage clinic can go right in here with some hanging pots. I'll go ahead and plant some mirth leaves here. And look at that, it's a massage clinic now. So before, the massage table would give minus 30% to stress, but now it's double, minus 60% per cycle. That is incredible. So that means the result of 2 watts spent on a massage table is now the same as only at 1 watt. I'm cutting my power requirements in half because I'm doubling the efficiency of it. Ooh, maybe I should actually put some hanging pots over here by the beds. And you know what? Let's put some up here too. If I put a water cooler in here, I can actually turn this into a Great Hall. And I'm going to release this big pool of water here. Let it flow down. And pile up into this tank here. Because this tank can be either polluted or clean water. I don't have it going into the arbor trees up here. These are fed from the carbon skimmers. You know, I think this water sieve might actually be unnecessary. Because what I can do is put a bottle emptier up here. Don't need this one anymore. And I can just combine these 2 tanks into one big one. And let the trees process all of the polluted water for me. So I've issued a lot of dig commands here. I want to prepare the base for the next episode, where I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with each floor here, and then maybe dig out towards these features here to see what they are. And yes, I know I can do the priority thing, but what's the fun in that? So that was almost 50 cycles worth of progress in this episode. The main thing I got done was these arbor trees here. That way I could make sure my wood burners are always supplied with wood. And then this rock, paper, scissors kind of thing that they do here, where the wood burners produce carbon dioxide that the carbon skimmers can turn into polluted water to then feed to the arbor trees, is a really, really good closed loop. All it takes is clean water and dirt as an input, and you get power out. And then if you throw oxyferns into it, you also get clean oxygen. I've also done a little bit of redecorating in the rooms here. That way my duplicant's eyes don't bleed. And then I got this massage room converted to a massage clinic. That way I can double the effectiveness of the massage table while using the same amount of power. I've also got Dr. Silent here making pickled meal, because with a farm this large, in several places, there's no getting around having to store up some meal ice. So rather than letting it just spoil, I'm having him turn it into pickled meal so it lasts a little bit longer. You don't get any extra calorie boost out of cooking it into pickled meal. The only thing that changes is its preservation. So in the next episode, I really do need to get, I think I talked about this in the last episode, but I really need to get an oxygen production facility down over here. That way I can stop using oxyferns. Because these do take a lot of dirt, and I want to try and use all of my dirt in the arbor trees and mealwood farms until I can get a more passive farm going, like, say, bristle blossoms. Because those only require clean water, and that can be fertilized by a liquid pump, which only requires power, and it wouldn't need a duplicant to come over and fertilize it by hand. But now that I have the second farmer, Otto here, who is still up for grabs, to be named, having large farms isn't really a problem. Oh no. I'll also try and explore a little bit more of the map, especially these features here. I've located some copper ore now, so this is a biome change. And I think this might have been ice at one point, but just because it's so hot over here, it melted it all. I think I've gotten through the hardest part of this series, just getting the colony up and running. I think the hardest part going forward is just going to be supplying all my dupes with enough food, and making sure they stay healthy. But we'll see. So the next time you see this base, everything should be dug out. But anyway, thanks for watching, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next episode.